So this is going to be the beginning. So we're going to call this project $2,000 G37. Well, she made it home. Look at that. Dude, this thing was ridiculous to load and unload. Not bad though. Needs a good cleaning and a motor. So I did not film the beginning. I didn't film buying the car. I didn't film none of that. And actually, I already ripped into the car. So here's where we're starting on this series, because some of you guys on the channel were following the VQ build that I was doing, the wide body Liberty Walk kit. It went through a fire. I just picked this one up, this G. It's a 2009 G37. Picked it up for $2,000 cash, had a bad motor. So here's me. So I pull the motor out in trans and I'm like, okay, it's high mileage. It's got, 210, 215,000 on it, whatever. But I'm going to show you guys the car. The car is very clean for Minnesota. Anyways, irrelevant. So here's the motor and trans. The shop is a disaster. Yes, I know. Motor and trans right here. Old transmission, old motor. So I was like, hey, I have a brand new VQ HR, right? And I'll swap that in. I'll be one of the only goofballs ever to swap in a 3.5 liter when it had a 3.7 liter. However, the cam control is completely different on a VQ HR than it is on a VQ37. So I was talking with the people that actually know what they're doing in this industry. They said, no, stay with the VQ37. So I have a VQ37 now on order. This one is now going to continue to sit in the garage. And I picked up a transmission a while back. So this is a transmission out of a 2019 or 2018 maybe, but it's an RE7, right? So I was like, hey, sweet deal, $600. I'm going to go pick up that transmission. Problem is, the new ones, they switched to an electric pump motor on it. So you cannot use this transmission. So then I went on Marketplace and I said, hey, I'm going to find a transmission. So here is a 71,000 mile VQ 37 350Z. And this is a RE7 in phenomenal shape. Now I overpaid a little bit for it. So I got $1,000 in that. Then I got $1,300 in the motor. So now we're at $2,300. So it'll be this newer transmission, 110,000 mile VQ37, which is on the way. It's not here yet. And then the car itself was $2,000. So where does that leave me? That leaves me sitting at $4,300 total investment for 110,000 mile motor, 71,000 mile transmission, 7AT. And this car. Now this car already has exhaust. So it's got Z1 into Z1X into some custom fabrication down the line. But the car is in great shape. It's got, not anything special for wheels, but it's got newer tires on it. This car had KW V1 coilovers all the way around, right? Interior, it's not super nice. You guys can see the interior. It's just your classic base model G37. So here's what I decided. You guys are familiar with what's going on with the build in the garage, which actually, let's just go over there and I'll show you here quick. All right, so here's the garage. So here is the wide body G35 that I was converting into a G37. So let's take a look at this guy. You guys have seen the build progress on this now. The engine bay, immaculate. The harness, all wrapped up nicely. Lots of stuff deleted out of it. It's got a custom fuel system. Z1 solid motor mount, polished subframe, brand new rack and pinion, GK Tech lower arms into BC coilovers into Z1 upper control arms. It's got a nice Akabono kit on it. It's got the wide body kit on it. Here's the problem with it. Here's what the interior looks like. You guys can't obviously smell through the camera, but there is such a bad fire odor in here that it literally makes you sick even breathing in here for a couple moments. Interior is just absolutely trashed. Like, that's all smoke damage. Like, just disgusting. I mean, look at that. Nasty. Here's what we decided. I'm going to take everything off of this car. The fenders, the hood, the side skirts. I'm gonna remove all that custom molding I did on the rear doors. I'm gonna move this entire front subframe with the stance coilovers and everything. I'm gonna move them over to the other car. I'm gonna take this bumper, move this over to the other car. I'm gonna take my rear subframe, diff, all that, move that to the other car. What we're gonna do is we're gonna scrap this whole thing, okay? So I'm gonna strip everything off of it. I'm gonna scrap it. A truck can come drag it out of here, drive it away. But I'm gonna take everything that's still good out of this car. So we're gonna turn this one here. We're gonna turn this $2,000 POS G37. We're gonna turn this into the wide body kit that I always wanted. G37 wide body. And then, here's the best part. We're not actually gonna turbo it. Reason why is I'm not looking to make the fastest G37 on the road. I don't even care if it's insanely fast. Doesn't even matter at all. But what I do want is something that's got more power than stock, makes a decent amount of torque, and can get out of its own way. If you look, it's like too perfect because there's already dents and dings in the lower part of the fender, and all that gets cut and the whole new fender will go on there. The body on this thing is not perfect. You'll see little door dings and little imperfections like that. But here's the best part is I'm building this car so I can drift and slide it around. Yes, with an automatic, I know that's not ideal, but it'll still be a bunch of fun. So, well, how about that? Ooh, we're stretching on the ABS sensor. That's not good. Let's push this in. My amateur ass. As you can see, subframe's dropped. So my theory, I think if I strap each upper control arm, like here and here to the center of the subframe, I think, and that's, again, I think that I'll be able to just roll the subframe out. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Let's find out if we can actually do that or not. Worked for me. Let's see if we can actually roll this thing now. I don't know if we'll be able to, but we're gonna try. My only fear is they're gonna do this. So maybe cross strap there to there, there to there. I don't know, this is gonna be challenging, but I'm by myself, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so I kinda got this figured out. Here's my son cutting the grass. Hey. Well, me and the wife make a good team. Of course, it started raining, but made it this far. You ready? You ready to do this?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. No. Hold on. Let me shift it. Pull hard. Yep. Pull this way. To the right. Nope. Not fun. Well, I just went crazy on this thing a couple hours later. It's really sad because this whole body kit was actually molded, like it was like 80% done. Holy cow, look at that. Took some of the paint and filler with it. This whole quarter was caved in from drifting it into a guardrail, which that was pretty cool. It's on purpose too. Well, not the guardrail, but drifting it on purpose. But yeah, body kit is off for the most part. Here's the side skirts, door flares. Yeah, look at all this waste of molding. Anyways, here's what we got going on now. Looks kind of cool in my opinion, but we got to pull this subframe off now. This was obviously fun to move. This one I'm going to be more careful with, so this is actually going to be more of a pain to move. But what I'm thinking is I can just steal those dollies, stack up a bunch of lumber underneath the subframe, use the dollies to pull it. I think that's the play here. So we got no casualties, which is awesome. Man, this makes it easier having casters. I gotta buy a whole nother set because that is, I mean, look at this. We gotta get this over into the shop over there. So, gotta drive it all the way around. Do. Bye-bye. Just kidding. It's actually going in the car. I'm gonna clean this mess up.